I have for you today one of the dumbest political news cycle stories of the last 72 hours, and it has been drama between Democratic candidate for the House, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, and right-wing radio host Ben Shapiro. I know Ben. I've never had any contact with Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, and with peace and love, I'm telling you, both of their contributions to this drama have been really, really dumb. And if you haven't heard about this, I'll give you the 60-second summary. Ben Shapiro offered Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez a $10,000 donation to either the charity of her choice or to her campaign. Now, it's sort of an unusual offer, the idea of saying to a candidate for a position, I'll donate to your campaign if you debate me, but it's fine for Ben Shapiro to make that offer if he wants. The legality of the $10,000 campaign contribution, of course, appears to be not legal. The limit is $2,700, but okay, I guess it could be $2,700 to her campaign and, the rest to a charity of her choice. In any case, Alexandria didn't reply. She didn't say yes or no. She simply didn't reply, which is perfectly fine for her to do. She has no responsibility to reply to Ben Shapiro. She's running for Congress. He's a right-wing radio host. She can do whatever the hell she wants or nothing at all when she is offered a debate, period. But then Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez likened Ben Shapiro's request that she reply to catcalling on the street, as sometimes happens, as often happens, as happens all the time, all over this country and all over the world. She said on Twitter, just like catcalling, I don't owe a response to unsolicited requests from men with bad intentions. And also like catcalling, for some reason, they feel entitled to one. This is very silly, okay? She's right. She owes Ben Shapiro nothing. And she's not saying that expecting a response is the same as a catcall. She's saying expecting a response to the debate invitation is like expecting a response to catcalling. But why are we even talking about catcalling? And I made a tweet about this over the weekend, and I ended up deleting it because I got jumped all over by people on the left saying, David, have you heard of simile? Have you heard of analogy? It's not the same as catcalling. Expecting the response is similar to... I kind of regret having deleted the tweet. I reflexively did it, and I always say you really just shouldn't delete tweets. And for a second, I thought, oh, man, I must have really misworded this. Let me just delete it and start over. I regret doing that now, but a lot of people saying it's not the same as... She's not saying it's the same as catcalling. Fine, but even bringing up catcalling devalues criticisms of actual catcalling that takes place. So here it's already gotten really dumb, in my opinion. But then Ben Shapiro jumps back in with something that's just as dumb, calling the mention of catcalling a slander of him, okay? He tweeted, discussions and debate are not bad intentions. Slandering someone as a sexist catcaller without reason or evidence does demonstrate cowardice and bad intent, however. Once again, slander colloquially is making false and damaging statements about someone. Slander legally is making false and damaging statements about someone that rise to the level of, I don't know, I guess you would call it civil liability in some case. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez didn't slander Shapiro or anything close to it. She didn't even say he is a catcaller or he is like a catcaller. She said the expectation of a response is like the expectation of a response that catcallers may have. It was one dumb statement after another. It became this massive story, Pat, where every media outlet jumps in. And I'm sort of glad that the timing was over the weekend so that we had the ability to let it all shake out and see the dumb comments from both sides instead of just commenting like on her catcalling comment or just commenting about the invitation, which we likely wouldn't have done. The entire thing now has now put together sort of the totality of the picture. And as you can probably tell, I don't care about her not debating. I don't care about her not responding or the offer. What's interesting to me is how quickly it devolves into nonsense statements from both sides. And as far as Shapiro's concerned, how can someone with a law degree like him call it slander? It just doesn't make any sense.
I don't know. I think this whole thing is a total gong show. I don't think Ben Shapiro should have made the request in the first place.
I think it's fine.
It certainly helps him and his brand, right? And especially because Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez doesn't want to debate him because, at a time or because she feels like that's just too below her profile,
Or it doesn't,
that makes him look strong, right?
Or it doesn't contribute to her winning her election in the 14th district of New York, right? Which would be a perfectly reasonable explanation for why she's not going to do it.
And if Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez really just isn't interested in debating Ben Shapiro, she could have just stayed silent on the matter, right? Not tweeted anything back at him.
And in the meantime, the hangers-on, like right-wingers Candace Owens and Charlie Kirk, they jumped in and they said, hey, we can get even more money together if she'll do it, or saying they'd debate her. And again, I ended up in the middle of this on Twitter. I said, listen, I'll debate any of these people. Nobody has to pay anybody, right? Hundreds of people saying, let's do that. Ben, please debate David, or Candace, please debate David. Not a peep from any of them. And you know what? They don't owe me a response. I'd be up for the debates, but they don't owe me a response.
Well,
That's
Ben Shapiro has been on for an interview on the topic of gun control, although it has been some time since then. And then we heard from one of Charlie Kirk's publicists, too, about getting him on, but that kind of fizzled out.
Yes, it evaporated into thin air, sort of like Donald Trump's foreign policy plan, or whatever analogy you want to make. I'm really thrilled to tell you that today's program is made possible in part by BetterHelp.com/Pakman. As many of you know, I have been working very hard on this program to reduce stigma around mental health, to reduce stigma around seeking help. And I have a family that is very involved in mental health. And if you've not already heard about BetterHelp, it is a tremendous resource. BetterHelp gives you, through your phone and computer, affordable private access to licensed, trained, accredited, experienced psychologists, counselors, therapists, and clinical social workers who are dedicated to helping you through whatever is going on in your life. You just go to betterhelp.com/Pakman, fill out a questionnaire. They will match you with a counselor that will work best for you. They are LGBT friendly. You can even say, I want a counselor who's not religious, if that's important to you. If your initial match isn't a good vibe, you can switch to a different counselor. And the beauty is that not only do you get unlimited counseling over video, phone, and text from at home and on the go, it is way cheaper than in-person counseling. And after 3 months, it becomes even cheaper for you. They also have financial aid for people who need help paying, but you get the same professional licensed therapy that you would by going to someone's office. And I believe that so many people would benefit from therapy, whether you're dealing with an acute situation in your life, whether there are bigger picture difficulties that you're experiencing. Please consider checking out betterhelp.com/Pakman. It's easy to sign up and get started. We've put a link in the description if you're watching on YouTube. Once again, that is betterhelp.com/PAKMAN.